This is the Bureau of Refugees, Freedmen, and Abandoned Lands, or most known as the Freedmen Bureau. On March 3, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln signed the Freedmen Bureau Bill. After the Civil War, many African Americans needed help transitioning from being a slave to being emancipated. The Freedmen's Bureau helped African Americans and others receive resources such as education, marriage licenses, employment, medical, and food aid. It was organized into districts covering the 11 former rebel states and had 900 agents at its peak. During slavery, the majority of African Americans could not receive much or if any education. The Freedmen's Bureau opened over 1,000 black schools and over $400,000 was spent to establish teacher training institutions. The Bureau helped fund Atlanta University, now Clark Atlanta University, established in 1865 in Atlanta, Georgia, Howard University, established March 2, 1867 in Washington, D.C., Fisk University, established January 9, 1866 in Nashville, Tennessee, and Hampton University, established April 1, 1868 in Hampton, Virginia. Beginning in 1866, the Bureau helped with securing equal justice in southern states by helping legitimize slave marriages and preside over freedmen marriage ceremonies in areas where black marriages were illegal. Hospitals were built to help prevent and contain outbreaks. Many African Americans were not allowed or not given adequate care at white hospitals. The Freedmen's Bureau served over 500,000 suffering freedmen. The U.S. Army took control of a good deal of land that was confiscated or abandoned by the Confederacy. General Sherman advocated to give African Americans 50 acres and a mule, which would have made many African Americans self-sufficient and able to provide protection to other freed slaves. But this didn't happen. In the summer of 1865, President Andrew Johnson issued special pardons, restoring the property to many Confederates. The Bureau established one of the first multi-state banks in the nation, the Freedmen's Bank. African Americans could save their earnings, which could be deposited by or on behalf of persons held in slavery in the United States or their descendants. There were 37 branches in 17 states and the District of Columbia, which was mostly run by African Americans. White Southerners tried their best to stop African Americans from progressing. The Black Codes were passed in many states to restrict African Americans' freedom. On February 19, 1866, President Andrew Johnson has the task to extend the Freedmen's Bureau bill or to veto it. He vetoes it twice, but the veto was overturned by Congress, extending the Freedmen's Bureau for 2 more years. Unfortunately, majority of the work of the Freedmen's Bureau was discontinued on July 1, 1869. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and remember, knowledge to the people.